welcome to my podcast. Well, I just wanted to come on and I've called this podcast this morning Portal to Possibility. And I wanted to have a little chat to you about something that I got a download for a little while ago, and I actually did edit it a little bit. I left some of it in a previous podcast, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it in greater detail, because right now we are in this stage of transformation, and it is a portal. And it's a portal of possibilities. So how do you want to feel? What is it that you want to be when you go through this next stage? All these possibilities are there for us. But I wanted it to be about how do you want to feel? How do I want to feel? So I want you to ask yourself this question every morning when you wake up and you open your eyes. How do I want to feel today? And this will set you up for your day. The minute you start doing that, you start to tap in to your feeling, to your emotional center. And that is our heart chakra guiding us forward. When we wake up in the morning and we want to say, we just go, I'm so tired, I didn't sleep well, that is setting you up to actually get out of bed with a massive bit of baggage straight away on one shoulder, which off balances you. It doesn't make you feel particularly good at all. Okay, so this is where we're going with this today. We're thinking about how do I want to feel? And this is your compass to begin your day. So if you are having negative narrative going on in your mind, remember the mind controls the body, okay? So if your mind says arm, lift up, your arm will lift up. Okay, so be very aware of this situation. And I feel like it's so important because there's all sorts of ways in which, and this is guidance, okay? This is why I do these podcasts, and I'll bring in some amazing people that do all of this. And it's about the foundations that we're laying for ourselves. So if you're listening to somebody that's really inspiring you, think of it as the foundation, the one block that you need right now to start that next stage or to take that next step. Okay. And that is really very, very important. So honor who you are. Honor who you are. Okay, how you think others want to see you is irrelevant when you open your eyes. Honor who you are by saying, how do I want to feel? And if you decide what you think and feel means that you believe, okay, that you matter, then you are going to feel like that all day. So if somebody says something you don't particularly want to hear or want to follow or whatever it might be, you've already set a little bit of a boundary. You've already said, well, no, that's not going to, especially if you are kind of like a bit of a people pleaser. Okay, this is a great way in which you center yourself back to you. This is your guidance for your inner world. Nothing to do with external circumstances. Your feelings, your emotions, okay, will then project that external world for you, okay? So I was listening to a podcast by Mel Robbins. She's amazing. I absolutely adore her. And she was interviewing a lady called Erin Walsh. Brings me back to where I was saying what I did last time in my podcast. But Erin Walsh is a stylist. And she styles many celebrities and all of that sort of thing, clothing. All right, very way you want to portray yourself. Now, it's quite an important thing when we think about this, because when we get up in the morning, we're preparing our day. You'll shower, and then what do? Oh, yes, you go to get dressed. And this is where we open the closet. So think about, before you've got out of bed, you've asked yourself, how do I want to feel? You've kind of opened your own inner closet, haven't you? How do I want to feel? I'm opening the closet. So whatever you've set up here is how you're going to feel when you physically go and get yourself dressed. You'll open your closet and you'll see your clothes. Well, of course, again, what we've got there is, if you're feeling a bit rubbish in yourself, and you're negative and you're dragging, I don't want to go here and I don't want to do that, and you open that physical closet, you're going to look at your clothes, and then you're going to be, I don't know how I'm going to dress. I don't know what to wear. I don't know how I feel. And you might throw something on. Doesn't matter. Oh, I don't care. Yeah. There's your emotional viewpoint. There's your compass already guiding you to your day. So this Erin Walsh, her stylist concept is about clothing on our physical bodies, is a feeling, is how we're going to feel. And I just absolutely resonated with it today. And when I last did one of these chats and I put it up on my podcast, I actually edited quite a bit of stuff out about it. And I thought, when this came up on my feed, I thought, oh, it's the same sort of feeling that she is talking about. Now, it's her job to make sure that people know how to dress to feel good. Another little takeaway that I have is, I remember speaking to a very close friend of mine, and he would always come to work in this 3-piece suit. Okay, no matter what the weather was, he had this 3-piece suit on. And one day we were having quite an in-depth talk, and I said to him, why are you always dressed in this 3-piece suit? And he said, oh, because I want to portray and feel good, and I want to make sure people see me as experienced and professional. And I said, well, that's great. That really is lovely. But is that how you feel? Because him and I had just had this conversation that went into his emotional center. And he suddenly stopped and he looked at me and he goes, no. So I said, so effectively what you're doing is you're putting on armor. You're wearing a mask. You're not actually being who you really are, because you're afraid that people will see who you really are and not like it. They might not think you as professional. Now, we do know that we have this idea of dress to impress. And that's not a bad concept, because we want to feel good about ourselves, and it does pick us up. The problem is, just like any mask, it only lasts for so long before maybe somebody might see behind that mask and poke at something that actually isn't going to feel very good. So if you've got your 3-piece suit on and you're feeling professional and you're standing there going, I'm professional, and you're seeing me as professional, but you're not feeling like that, at some point that imposter syndrome arrives. At some point you start to think, oh dear, I don't actually know what I'm doing here. You start absolutely not wanting to put on that 3-piece suit in the morning. So this is a really important concept. And we can use the analogy of getting dressed every day. And that is what Erin Walsh and Mel Robbins were talking about. And I thought that is so fascinating. So she says, like, your closet is a portal. It's a portal of possibility. And I love that as well, because of course, open the door. There's your portal. How are you going to step into it today? So by putting out those clothes that you are feeling that emotional connection to is very, very important. So she suggests using 3 words every day of how you want to feel. And I love it. So in the morning, open your eyes. How do I want to feel today? Choose 3 words. How do I want to feel today? If you want to feel empowered, okay, successful, then you need to feel that energy, courageous. And that's probably when you're going to go to the closet and reach for that 3-piece suit. However, it needs to fit. Okay, it can't be too tight. It can't be restrictive. It's also got to feel right, and it's matching your energy and your color. Now, I believe in colors. Colors really are a beautiful way in feeling energy. So if you put on a black item, often that black associated to protection. Again, that's kind of like a shield, but it can be about power. But it can also be about darkness. And it can also be about coming down to a level where you are quite low. So sometimes putting on something lighter like a blue suit or a light grey suit would be very empowering, especially for our men. But if you can't, maybe a colourful tie or a colourful shirt would absolutely change that look, that energy feel. For our beautiful ladies who don't wear suits but want to feel empowered, you must also think about your colours and how you are feeling. What are those 3 words today? Now, if you go to your closet and all you want is to feel comfortable and safe and nurturing, perhaps you're going to pull out something that is going to be soft to the touch. It's going to be light because it needs to be comfortable. Maybe it's going to be a bit baggy, not going to be tight or restrictive. And so that's what you're going to pull out. And that'll set up your body, the feeling within your body for that time period that you need it to be there. That loose flowing dress that has got a beautiful, colourful pattern on it because the sun is shining makes you feel sexy, or it makes you feel happy, makes you feel like you want to move your body in a way in which there's no restriction. And then you are moving your energy in the same way, aren't you, as you go through your day. And that will translate into your body movements, into smiling, into tilting your head. You might put your hair up, you might put little makeup, you might put some lip gloss on, but you've got suddenly a look, a feel that is going to be so important to how you want to feel today. Now, obviously, we do have things in our closets that are sitting there. When we open that door, I want to feel great today. Yes, great. But there it sits, that one item, or maybe a few items that have been there for a number of years. Probably, before you even had the children. Or before you sort of changed in an age group. But it's there because one day I'm going to reach for that again and I'm going to wear it. That is stuck energy. That is energy that needs to be released because it is a feeling that you are holding on to in some way. You're saying to yourself, you're not good enough as you are. You're saying to yourself, I wish I was that person again. I don't honor myself now. So get rid of it. Take it out. Put it in a bag and take it to the charity shop. Say, as you're taking those clothing to the charity shop, say all the way there, I leave this with love and light. I honor it as my past. I honor it as part of my past. I honor it as how I was feeling about myself in my past. Because now I am here. And now I am who I am. and I honor who I am now. And go to the charity shop and give it away. And then treat yourself to a new item that you know is you now and how you feel. Walk in to a shop and say, right, today my feeling was confidence, and find that beautiful, confident feeling item that fits your body now, that makes you feel good right now. And take it home and put it in that space in the cupboard. And the next time you wake up in the morning and you use that same word, think about that item and reach for it and wear it for the day, and know that you released stuff that was no longer part of your now. Okay, so that is how I wanted to use the closet portal. Same with shoes. You know, when we were young and in our 20s, we wore shoes that absolutely killed our feet, but they were high and they looked sexy. They made you feel sexy. You could walk around in them all night with pain. Now, at this age, it's about comfort. It's about not killing my back and not killing my legs and not killing my toes. It's about making sure I can stand all day long on my feet in comfort. So those items, those shoes that just don't fit anymore, you're never going to wear them. Think about those as your grounding items. Yeah? Think about when you open that portal closet and you look at those high heels that you are never going to wear. Get rid of them and think about, what do I need to ground myself in my now? How can I connect my body to my earth center by wearing something that is comfortable and practical and gorgeous for me now? Because my style has changed anyway. I'm not 20 anymore. Yeah? So find those moments of taking those shoes and giving them away, and honoring that your body just wants to feel grounded, stable, safe, comfortable. Yeah? So that is also a very important feeling when we open our closets in the morning. Now, joy comes when you're in alignment with yourself, inside and outside. If you suddenly find that you are changing the way you're dressing, it's because you have grown. You have taken a new way, a new path. Something that you looked good in 20 years ago just doesn't feel that way. We talk about fashion trends and fashion changes, of course. But what you've got to recognize is, within you, you also have these trends and these changes to align yourself with. And what feels really good on the inside will portray how you're reacting and looking on the outside. Somebody on the outside will look at you and go, wow, that's comfort, that's beauty, that's sexiness. You are from your inside portraying that out. You don't need somebody to tell you how to dress. That's effectively like somebody telling you how to behave or how to speak or how to love. You need to do that for yourself. That's where joy comes from. It comes from within. It allows you to embody who you are. And that's what you offer to the world. Who you are. The authentic self. The no mask. The no armor. in your power dressing, or how you're dressing, or how you're looking, because you're afraid that somebody out there or the external world might not see. I know plenty of people, women, who will not leave the house without a full face of makeup on. Now that is because they want to feel and look good. Of course. So if that makes them feel and look good, that's great. But underneath the makeup, what is going on? You are beauty inside, not just your external. Somebody who spends hours in front of a mirror making sure everything is perfect often has no substance within, because everything's got to look perfect on the outside. And if they don't have that barrier, if they don't have that mask, so take those moments where I don't need a full face of makeup today. I'm going to see how I feel. I'm going to go outside my front door, even if it's just to go to a shop or just to go and sit in a garden. I'm going to do that with no barriers. I'm just going to be me, who I am, and I'm going to see how that sits with me and how it feels. Open your closet portal and put something on that is in alignment with nakedness, with authenticity, with openness, with feeling fresh. And see how that sits with you. Because beauty will shine from within. Your inner light will shine from within. When you sit and nurture that side of yourself, it's so important. And don't let other people go, oh my goodness, what's happened here, when you make a change? Oh, what's wrong with you? Absolutely nothing is wrong with you if you feel good about yourself. Somebody else makes a comment and can't see it, they are not meant to be in alignment with you. That is very important for you to recognize, because if they make you feel bad, they shouldn't be with you. And you must remember who you are, your worthiness. So if you can't connect with someone, okay, and it doesn't feel good, that's where we say, we'll get rid of that clothes, we'll get rid of that item, we'll get rid of that person. We'll release that with love and light. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the understanding. Thank you for the guidance. I'm going to be my picture, who I want to be. So put yourself first thing in the morning. You must do that. How do I want to feel? Become limitless with it. Don't just stop one day. Don't just stop. Do it all the time. In every moment that you start to feel a little bit where the external forces are coming at me, how do I want to feel about this? And then align yourself with everything that you're doing, your physical sense of being, your clothing, your body language, your voice, your words, your hair, your hairstyle. When was the last time you changed your hairstyle? I'm going to be honest, mine's been like this for a long time. And I haven't quite got to the point of where I just want to literally change it completely. It's a big ask for some people, isn't it? But it's about changing within you to feel that you are ready for this difference. Because when we power into that, when we become that, it's that energy of intention that we talk about for change. And so put yourself first. Before you do anything else, put yourself first. So thank you so much today for listening to this episode of Portal to Possibility. Go open your closets and clean it out. See you soon. Bye.